Growing up, I was never the type of golfer that could shoot a really low number. The lowest score I've ever had in a competitive round is a 66, and that's happened once. Otherwise, I've always kind of shot level par, 1 under, 1 over, and I pretty much did that throughout my whole amateur kind of career, obviously as I got better and better. I want to try and train myself to get better, to score lower. This series can help you guys as well as much as it's going to help me. It's not just about the ability, it's not just about being able to go out there and hit the ball sweeter, hit the ball further, chip it closer. Obviously that comes into it in terms of just being a better golfer in general, but you've got to learn to score low. You've got to feel comfortable within yourself when you've got a low score brewing. You've got to be able to handle it, deal with it, and if anything, thrive on it and improve on it, not hang on to it for dear life and then suddenly go into damage limitation mode, which is what I do. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be playing 9-hole vlogs with 2 golf balls. I'm going to be taking my best ball because I want to try and instill the idea of making as many birdies as possible. If I'm playing a par 36 golf course for 9 holes, I want to try and push myself to break 30. I want to try and shoot 27, 28, 29. Okay, I want to get excited about birdies. I want to get excited about playing well without the fear of it going wrong. I want to thrive rather than go into my shell and get defensive. So this series is all about learning to shoot as low as possible. Right, as starts go, this is pretty ridiculous, okay? I've got my first tee shot here, leaving me 117 yards in. Line. It's short. Wow. Probably, if I hit the same shot again, exactly the same, not as good a strike. Need a big bounce, to be honest. Wow. 2 very poor shots already. Just felt myself being a bit defensive. I'm already worried about, because it was downhill, downwind, I was actually worried about hitting it over the back, which didn't need to be. Overall, I would say I'm a decent golfer. I'm a decent kind of scratch handicap golfer. Obviously I'm a professional, so I don't actually have an official handicap, but I just do get a little bit too defensive. I'm better. If you stand me on that first tee and say, right, Andy, you're 6 over par, see how close to level par you can finish, I would back myself to get within a couple, okay? But stand me on that tee and say, see how close to 6 under par you can get from level par, I wouldn't back myself as highly. The psychology of being under par compared to fighting to get back to level par or fighting for something is totally different for me anyway. And again, you might notice that when you play on the golf course, if you start really badly in your monthly medal, you start 8-8, 9-9, whatever, how much freer do you feel? And then you go, oh, if only I hadn't started like that. The reason you play better afterwards is because you feel so much freer and you feel like you've got nothing to lose. We need to bring that mindset into the first tee and attack it from the start. We can all agree, 2 extremely poor shots from that distance. When you can hit your tee shot 300 yards plus, you've got to be knocking 100-yard shots within 10 foot. So I certainly shouldn't be chipping one. Right, little right to left, 50 degree. Wow, greens are looking good. I've not allowed that right to left. Look at the state of that. Sloppy, that, very sloppy. Huge right to lefter. I could probably aim a good bit to the right here. Greens are looking unbelievable, by the way. So smooth. We're officially into winter golf now. They're so smooth. Not an amazing strike. We've got work to do, folks. Wow, that was a huge break, wasn't it? Right, this is an extremely sloppy opening hole. Extremely sloppy. I mean, I could literally drop a shot here. In this format, you definitely shouldn't be dropping a shot or obviously if you're a handicap golfer, you shouldn't be going over what you're allowed, let's say. If you've got a shot on the hole, you shouldn't be making a double bogey. I shouldn't be making a bogey with this format. Best 2, especially after those 2 tee shots. Best 2 scores, best score of the 2, I should not be making a bogey. I definitely shouldn't be leaving putts short. Wow, that's a huge slope. Right. Okay. had this issue last time I was here. I just wasn't quite aggressive enough on the greens. Right, up the hill, right to left. Oh, that's a bad start, isn't it? That is a 5 in, doesn't matter. That is a shocking start. Right, told you, when I'm up against it, I'm better. I'm 1 over. Oh, we need to see some birdies now. Stay tuned, I'm gonna give them. Right, I really don't think calling that a disastrous start is an understatement. That was really bad. Now I've got a par 5, which obviously I'd have earmarked as being another birdie potential. It's straight back into the wind at 470 and uphill, so it's playing a bit longer. A good drive, I will be able to reach in 2. Should be able to reach in 2. Oh, but now this is it. This is the fight back already. Already fighting on the second tee. Not an amazing strike, but it's straight. Gotta be honest, I haven't really been firing on all cylinders with this club yet. I haven't struck it amazing, but that's more me, not the club. But what it is doing is giving me a lot of forgiveness on the off-centre hits, which has been good. That was a bit toe side, but it's good. It's a good toe. 2 good toes, in fact. I don't think I'm going to be able to reach in 2 now after 2 not amazing strikes. Definitely reaching 3, obviously, but it makes the birdies a little bit difficult. Right, so like I said, not an amazing drive. I'm usually a bit further up, but also the wind is hurting. I was at the front of the green at 210, uphill into wind. I don't feel like it's worth it. The lie is okay, but the ball is below my feet. Everything's going that way. Wind's into and also going that way, and there's just nowhere to miss. It's out of bounds to the right. Obviously, I could be a bit more aggressive, but what I'm going to do, because the first one is a bit further up, I'm going to bank on that being a better lie and a better angle, and I'm going to lay up with this one. I don't want to go too far left. Go on, hit it wind. Nice little bounce as well off the slope. That's fine, that's fine. Probably maybe 60, 70 yards short of the green, chance of getting up and down still. Wowza, 242 flag, 230 front, also into wind. I mean, the layup spot really is just where I hit my last shot at 150, leaving myself, whatever I'm probably going to leave myself in, 70, 80 yards, maybe more. Do I go for it? 230 to the front, decent lie. It's faded on it. Has it got enough? No, nowhere near enough. So I'm going to go with what is not a trusty 54 degree after the last hole. 87 yards, slightly into wind, so just going to play this as 100, like just 95 yards shot with that breeze. It should spin back if it does get up there anyway. Lovely strike. I need to probably sit down, to be honest. I feel like that's long. It's a perfect strike. Right, I hope this gives you an idea of the slope. I'm going to walk it a little bit just to see where the first ball is and how far I've got. It's on the very front edge. My first ball is literally on the back edge. I don't zap it from this distance just because I try and go with a bit more feel. Blinded by the sun. Looked very close to the flag. Probably, I'd say, landed at the flag and released up 10 foot. Right, pretty poor approach from 77 playing 87 plus wind. It's clearly carried, whatever that is, 107. Right, downhill, downwind. Obviously greens are not going to be the ultimate fastest. Just about trying to get pace. This ball could make me the 5, the other ball could potentially try and make me a birdie. Much better strike. Oh, I've not hit it ever. Confident that the 5's in. Got an idea from the first putt of what it's going to do, so it's definitely going to go right to left. It's relatively quick down the hill. That first one I thought was probably going to come up a couple of feet shorter than it did. Good strike. Go on, track. Ay. Nearly had it. Right. Pars in. Okay, annoyingly to say, we've steadied the ship. All right, this is a stunning par 3. You've got the bird's eye view up there. 152 yards to the flag, downhill, and based on what the wind's been doing, I can't feel anything here because we're so sheltered, but based on what the wind's been doing, it's probably downwind and slightly off the right. I'm gonna go a good solid pitch to start with. I am just a bit worried. The harder I hit a ball, I'm just not stable enough in my feet, and the harder I hit it, the more I pull it. That got the most unbelievable bounce you've ever seen. It probably hit 5 yards left of the green and just kicked straight right. That one's not moved. Oh, that's bounced right again, but it's missed the green right. Oh, that's horrendous. It's some bad shots. So I'm obviously at the moment chasing birdies, and that's what the whole vlog is going to be about. That's what the whole series is going to be about. Literally chasing birdies every single time I step onto a golf course. So I'm going to make a lot of unforced errors. But again, I feel like the more I chase birdies, the better I get at doing it. Right, got overly aggressive there, didn't I? I wanted to still make sure I had a putt, so I had 2 attempts at a birdie. But I've missed it right, and that is just the worst miss on this hole, isn't it? Right, I'm gonna have to go in high here. I feel like I've got the par save because my first ball's on the green, pin high. I just want to try and get this close. Get it in. Hold it. Lovely shot. I mean, I'll give myself credit there because no one else is here to do so. That was a beautiful shot. I think it's next to the flag. Right, so in fairness, the only way you can give me credit for that shot, probably won't even get my putt that close, is drop a like, smash a like, or even just leave a comment saying good shot. We all need a bit of credit now and again. Right, straight across the green, minimal movement, let's be aggressive, pars in. Oh, it's always moved a little bit right to left on me all the way. Told you my putt wouldn't get as close as the chip. Right, another par in, still 1 over though. Time's running out already. 3 holes deep. 6 to go. But there's a par 5 next, downwind. Guys, I hope you're enjoying this video. Stay tuned. Hole 8 on this golf course is absolutely mental. You know, even if you pushed for time, fast forward to then, hopefully I'll be like 6 under by then. But it's phenomenal, it's bizarre, it's mental, so do check that out. Also, if anyone's looking for golf lessons throughout the off season, if it is your off season, of course, depending on where you're watching from, check me out on the Skillest app. Anybody heading out to Dubai or wants to go to Dubai, I have my very own travel company called Play Golf Dubai. Myself and a business partner set up around about 18 months ago. It's going well, it's going nice, and it's getting me out to Dubai, and plenty of content to come from there. Also hosted trips with myself as well, so check that out and even drop me an email if you're interested. Okay, par 5, 572 yards downwind, opportunity to get there in 2 with a decent tee shot. I've not hit this great so far, come on. You're better than this. That way. That's a good shot. That was a better swing. Just got the club a bit more in front of me, a bit more patient with the hips. Oh, perfect. Just have a tendency to get a little bit out. That's why I early extend in, foot goes, and then the club gets stuck behind me, and that's where I get my toe ball. Horrible shot. Be a bit more there than there. Fire later. One's in the fairway, one's in the right rough. Shouldn't be an issue though. Well, it depends on the bounce and if it's hit any trees, but not bad. Okay, right there is the difference between a fairway hit and a good drive and a slightly off-centre hit down the rough. There's easily 30, 40 yards between these 2 tee shots. One 100% needs to get laid up, this one, and one potentially could go for it, but I'm going to be blocked out by the tree, so it depends on a yardage. Even these shots, although you're laying up, full concentration as if you were trying to literally nail it into a flag. It's good. I've hit it perfect. I've almost caught a bit of a flyer as well, so it should be quite hot when it lands. Yeah, there it is. It's running and running and running, even on the wet ground. It's not even that wet. Clevedon. Condition of the golf course. After the rain we had last night, fair play, unreal. The make or break for this shot is if I go at this with a 3 or a 4 iron, which I'm probably going to do, and I don't get the height, maybe even catch it a tiny bit thin, I'm in the trees and the hole's just gone completely wrong. If I aim down the right with a little bit of a draw, and it draws, I'm on the green. If it doesn't draw, I'm pin high to the right. That's where you've got to be, that's where I've probably got to be a little bit more clever. I actually wouldn't have made it over the trees. I did catch it a bit thin. It wasn't an amazing strike. Stay there. Oh, it's a horrible kick. The golf shot that I've hit from back there is now in a better place than the tee shot, second shot. Which is amazing, isn't it? I've hit it okay. I've just caught it a little bit thin. Normally when you catch it a little bit lower, maybe even slightly lower towards the heel, you get that little bit of left to right shape, which obviously aiming to the right portion of the green anyway is taking it away from the green and towards the slopes that take it further away from the green. This is my first ball, second shot. You're not really seeing me at my best today, have you? But this is also one of those things where it's just a bit scrappy, but we'll just try and get it round and fight for these birdies now. Got about 60 yards in, not far at all. Trying a little 54 degree. Oh yeah, stop there, stop there, stop there. So can you believe the poor drive, 2 decent shots to follow it, has probably got about a 3 to 4 foot birdie attempt. So about 40 yards right. It's obviously hit one of these slopes and rolled down. Golf course is so dry that it's still so bouncy. Right, thankfully nothing's in my way. So I've got another opportunity of getting up and down, but to be honest, I feel like the hole's already won in regards to the fact I've got a birdie off my other ball. I think that's as good as in. Let's try and get another good shot though, get confidence. Go. Can't tell, feel like I've underhit it a little bit. Wow, this is interesting because I was so sure that was literally here. It's not. So, probably even a little bit complacent with that last shot, which is a big error. And again, that's probably another lesson learned, is never ever get complacent regardless of what you're thinking. That can be in match play as well. All right, one of these needs to drop for the first birdie of the day. Get back to level par, start chasing. Thought I had that. Definitely thought that had a little bit of break in it. I've held a similar putt to this before. I held a par putt like this on this hole. So it's a little bit inside the left edge. That was, I made that a bit stressful, didn't I? Right, we're back to level par. Right, hole 5, par 3, 195 yards. Always peg it up. Why would you not peg it up? Even a millimetre. Just a little bit. Every little bit helps. Right. Probably tough to see the flag with the sun, which is a fantastic problem, let me tell you. Got a little 5 iron, 195, slightly into the breeze, so it should be the perfect club, really. Normally a 6 iron distance. Just a nice smooth 5. So, back in front. Control. Ah, it's just turning the flag a little bit there. It's had a couple of bounces. It's on the green. Just hit a little pull. Pretty standard, really, I suppose, if you're trying to make that change. See that a lot with my clients on Skillest as well. With making changes, you get these different types of bad shots, but it's just normal, part and parcel of changing. Pushed it. That felt unbelievable off the face. I've just pushed it. Maybe even a reaction to the previous shot that I just hit. So I've got one on the far left of the green, one's missed it right. Please make par. Right, a lot of people, particularly in the UK, ask me what on earth you do with this shot. Grab a 5 wood or 3 wood or a hybrid. I'm just basically going to play a putter. Not that hard though. I'm not very good at that shot. I think while we're on this subject, the other alternative, you can chip it, but you get the chip ever so slightly wrong and you'll catch it fat. So you want to use the bounce, just get it slide under the ball, and it just nips and lands nice and soft. You've got to find out what's the best shot for you. For me, that 3-wood would not work for me. As you can see, I'd panic and hit it too hard. That one there, I'd feel confident enough that I've got a decent strike on me to get the ball out. Be careful with the strike swing path on the chip. You're out there, you've got to be outside working across the golf ball. You do not want to allow the club to come behind your body here. Even if you're trying to swing it short, you don't go inside because you're going to fat or thin it. Lift the club up nice and steep and work down. Use the bounce into the ground. There's plenty of golf tips that I've done already on using the bounce and chipping that you can revert back to, but for that type of shot, you know what? If the rules are not on your side, then it's a ridiculously hard shot anyway. Right, I think it's safe to say it's all on this ball. Now that one is not making par from over there. See, it just bounced off the grass to start with. Go, great for pace. Just thought it was going to break a little bit more than that. Tidy up for par. Pretty straight, nothing in it. Phew, that's a relief after those 2 tee shots. Right, hole number 6, 375 yards, really narrow towards the end. So even though I'm trying to be aggressive, it really doesn't look like I'm going to break 30, does it? But I still want to keep the ball in place. Still want to try and make as many birdies. I've still got a potential of a 32 or a 33. So I want to be able to shoot 3 or 4 under still. So I've got 3-wood straight over the green, the black and white post. Ripped it. Oh, I was a bit thin, low in the neck. Oh, the trees have battered it straight back out for me. Probably got about 180 yards in. Okay, so I've got an absolute shocker here. 200 yards to go off a 370 yard par 4. Hit the tree, spat it back out, into wind, uphill. I've got 1 extra club than what I hit on the last par 3, so I've got a 4-iron because of the fact that it's uphill and into wind. Come on, I've got to try and battle this hole back for this ball. It's on line, I'm not sure if I've struck it well enough. Oh, I have, we're on the green. Good recovery. I mean, I was expecting to be flicking in a wedge, not a 4-iron. Right, second shot with the good ball, 155 into the flag, slightly into wind as well, slightly uphill. Got an 8-iron, so again, 155 for me is probably like a really hard 9. When I'm in Dubai. In England, it's an 8-iron. How funny is it, again, that I've actually hit the green with the 4-iron and missed it with an 8. This game is hilarious, isn't it, sometimes? 8-iron, 4-iron, 155 yards, 195 yards. Right, let's try and chip in though. I feel like we can be aggressive because we're fully expected to make worst case par. Wasn't on line anyway, but I still need to be a bit more aggressive with the distance. Right, the par is safely in. Imagine making a birdie with the second tee shot. First approach. Just outside that leaf. I'm going to leave it there because that's my marker. Downhill. Not that leaf. Definitely starting to strike the putts better. So I've just kind of grown into the round as we've gone. It's not setting the world alight though. Not even under par yet. Next hole though is a drivable par 4. All right guys, so we're chasing a bit of a score here. So hole number 7, 280 yards to the OB over the back. But it's massively uphill and massively into wind, so I'm never going to reach that. But it does narrow up. But I want to be driver. I've got to be driver here. Just a little cut off that left side, I'll be fine. But it's the time to start trying to make some scores. Okay, that's just carving away into the trees. Spit it out for me. Huh, there it is. Not a great shot. All right, take two. Got the middle of the face, dirty the middle of the face, which is nice. That's on the green, if it's got enough distance, but it's gone straight, which after the first shot, it's just right at the green actually, is a bit of a relief. Right, ball number one is in my pocket. It was deep into the trees, and if I was playing a stroke play on my own with that ball, would have made about a 12. This one, however, is finished just short. Shows how far it's playing. For 280 to the back, I'm about 250 to here into wind uphill. Get close. Oh yeah, that's big. That is big for this, because we need to get into the red. Right, tapping. Happy with that. All right, thank God for this ball. Stayed in play, up and down, birdie. We move finally into the red on the 7th hole. That was not the plan of this video. 2 holes left. Can we make 2 more, at least finish 3 under? All right, hole number 8 here at Clevedon is mental. It is like a beautiful view, unbelievable looking view. Straight out to sea, you can even see Wales, which, for those that don't know the geographical area, we're in England. Anyway, I've got to shave the side of this post with a little 6-iron layup. You're not allowed to hit woods because there are houses and roads to the left, hence why this comes in quite tight. I bet there's been some, I shouldn't say funny, some interesting moments on this tee. I'm not thinking about the houses, I'm thinking about this net to the side of me, which I was scared of hitting. Wow, that's not good. That really is not good. Okay, let's be more aggressive. That is that tentative shot for no reason. Well, didn't need it really. That was pure and perfect. Straight down the fairway. Go ball, stay away wind, go ball. Should now land on the fairway and just shoot left and feed down into the fairway on the left side. Leave me about 120, 130 into the flag. Again, 2 holes in a row, a lot of pressure on this second ball because I never saw the first one. It was such a bad shot. It landed straight in the trees, which is a long way right. Particularly even if you hit it down the right, it'll still roll down this. It was just terrible. Anyway, playing 140 this flag uphill. So the yardage is like 130, playing 140. I've got a 9-iron to play that 140 shot. Wind dependent as well. I just couldn't commit to the idea of an 8. Now that's on the flag. Is it on the yardage? I think it could be, you know. I think it could be. This is a little late little spell. Come on guys, let's finish strong. We love to see that. Right, I'm gonna pop this on the edge of the hole, okay? Nowhere, not outside of it, unless I pushed it. That's the only reason it's gonna stay out there. Right on the edge of the hole, drop it in. Come on. Just to go 2 under. Pushed it. See? Just came straight right off the face. You're probably going to see that very clearly on camera. It was that big of a push. And the big mistake I made, again, how much importance did I just put on that putt? Oh my God, this is to go 2 under. Doesn't unnecessary. This is a putt. It's a right edge putt. Take your grip, take your line, strike it exactly like that. It's just easy, isn't it? But the minute I put importance on it to go 2 under, pushed it. All right guys, so this is a phenomenal looking golf hole. I actually need to get a new golf ball because remember on the last, I genuinely lost a ball. That's fun. That's another expensive golf video. Right, I don't know what to hit. I've actually never played this hole. We're very near the clubhouse, so normally when I play the 8th, I walk in because I'm done for the day. So this is a 320 yard par 4. It's definitely a dog leg to the left. I've got a driver out, I'm just gonna bomb it. Even if I end up on the 10th fairway, I've got a feeling that's not really such a bad place to be. It's an okay drive. It's not, actually no, it's not a great drive. It's a tentative drive. I'm gonna hit 3 wood second shot. I just didn't feel confident about where I was really going there. Saying that, it's the exact same line, but it's an okay shot. It's a better shot. I could commit to it, I could hit it, and I think it's ended up in a decent position. Right, so it's safe to say the arrows are off. I've got one ball here, one ball there. I've got 80 yards to the back of the green, about 70 to the flag downhill. I might need a bit of help. Yeah. That, my friends, was what they call fat. They grab that divot in a second, and we're going to walk this way. That was shocking. It's not comfortable in my yardage. Once again, almost afraid to accept the consequences of a bad shot, and by doing so, hit a worse shot. I'd rather have just nailed that over the back and then learned for the next one, but this one, that first shot's taught me absolutely nothing. I fatted that as well. I might actually catch a slope, but that's poor. Right, I actually brought a wedge down with my anticipation of a bunker shot, but thankfully I've not. Two extremely outside birdie chances. Should hopefully just walk away with a par, worst case, although that's not going to get there. See the negativity, it's just too much. I'm good at lines. Oh, massively disappointing, and 1 under bettable is not great. Guys, I want to say a massive thank you to Cleveland Golf Club for having me down here. Golf course is in incredible condition for the weather we've had. I know I'm playing in t-shirts today, but it's been so wet, and you literally would not have known that we've had rain this week. It's incredible. So a massive thank you to them for allowing me to film. Also, massive thank you to you for watching. I hope this is a series that can grip you in regards to learning about how to score better at your own level of golf. This is not just about me trying to shoot under par. This is about you also trying to shoot under par nets, for example, if you're not already a scratch golfer. So it's about how we can improve, deal with the consequences that happen out on the golf course, be aggressive at the right time, and learn to score better. So that's what the premise of this series is all about. So stay tuned for more videos. Please do hit the subscribe button, hit the like if you've enjoyed this video, and hit the like if you know you're going to enjoy the series as well. But from a fabulous Cleveland Golf Club on a beautiful autumnal October evening, I bid you farewell.